Hi there, it's Wise here, once again bringing all of you some wise words. What do I want to talk about? The eclipse. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm so excited to be talking to you guys about this. The 2017 total American eclipse is a huge deal. Now, you know me. I'm talking about raising your vibration. I'm talking about higher knowledge, wisdom, understanding, connection to higher self. So, why would I be talking about the eclipse? Why wouldn't I be talking about the eclipse? On August 21st, 2017, probably about 3 or 4 days after you guys are going to get this video, an eclipse will be happening that's going to go from the northeastern or northwestern part of America down to the southeastern part of America. It's going to be a huge deal. Anytime there is an eclipse, especially one that encapsulates an entire country to this magnitude, there's going to be a lot of energy behind it. The anticipation up to it and after it. Eclipses can really cast a huge shadow, pun intended there, as far as it goes with energy. Really big shadows. Usually 2 to 3 days before the eclipse, and then 2 to 3 days after the eclipse as well. During an eclipse, there's different energies. It's almost like getting an entire year's worth of energy, solar energy, at one time. On top of that, especially if a solar eclipse, I'm not mentioning lunar eclipse, solar eclipse here, especially during a solar eclipse, when you have the moon and the sun's energy aligned in a path. Very powerful energy. Even if you don't have the chance to be in the path of the eclipse, you still will feel the energy. The energy will go throughout, especially here in the United States. So, why talk about it? Because you can use these energies to your benefit, to your advantage, depending on what time of year the eclipse is taking place, whether it's prior to or after the solar equinox, depends on what type of energy you can use. Now, after the solar equinox, what you can do with the solar eclipse energy is get rid of pretty much any negative or bad mindset, idiosyncrasy, or habit that you might have. You can also get rid of anything that is holding you down, anything that you're looking to get rid of, to let go of. This will be a perfect time to do so during the solar eclipse. There is so many other things that you could do that wouldn't benefit you, like just looking up at the sky. I mean, it benefits you, yes, it's something very pretty, and getting to witness it is amazing, but you can prepare yourself for these energies. All of the celestial bodies in the sky give us energy, be it the moon, the sun, all of the stars, the planets. The ancients knew this, the Greeks knew this, the Egyptians knew this, the Sumerians knew this. This is why the Vatican has one of the biggest telescopes in the world, constantly monitoring the sky. They know that these celestial bodies play a big part, especially ones that are close to us, the moon being the closest one to us, and then the sun being about 93.6 million miles away from us, have a huge bearing on us. I mean, we're on this intergalactic travel with that guy. So it would behoove you not to pay attention to these celestial happenings. Just looking at them is one thing, but studying them, studying how the ancients thought about them and what energies they got from them, is a very, very pivotal part. Because if you know the past, then you can anticipate the present and it have a huge impact on the future. So one of the practices that I want to give you today is make your own ritual. Make when you'll know when the eclipse, so you can look up when the eclipse is coming close to you, or it's going to be close to your vicinity, or when the eclipse is going to be occurring in your time zone. So 5 minutes before, during, and then 5 minutes after the eclipse, make yourself some sort of ritual, a ritual of letting go of things that no longer serve you, whatever it might be. It can be, like I said, an old habit, it can be an old relationship, it can be an old job, it can be an old blanket, it can be anything that is no longer giving you what it used to give you. And I'm not saying look at it in such a disdainful way, like, you don't do what you used to do for me anymore. No, nothing like that. What I'm saying is anything that you know is, clutter, or a pair of jeans you haven't worn in a long time, or a piece of furniture that you haven't ever sat on, or a piece of artwork, or a friend that isn't in your same mindset anymore. They're a very negative person, you're a very positive person, you're looking to vibrate higher, to the 4D, 5D, and beyond that, and they're not. And you've done all you can to help that person. But you have to cut your losses sometimes. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying everybody is on their own spiritual adventure. I'm on my own adventure. You are on your own adventure. And sometimes relationships, you outgrow them. I mean, I'm sorry to say that. And if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, then it's true love. But those are the things that I am telling you, or I'm suggesting to you, to let go of, or make a ritual around letting go of. And what you can say is, I, name here, Umar Wise, am letting go spiritually, mentally, and physically of eating gluten. Now, I'm not really. I have transitioned to being vegan, but I'm not gonna. That in itself is a huge. To all my friends, fellow YouTubers, family, everyone out there who has gone to vegetarian and then subsequently vegan, thank you. Thank you so much. And I know how difficult it is, and once you make the transition, how much you look at it and you don't want to go back. You guys are having a huge impact on my life, and I thank you so much. But you can make it sound like that. I am letting go of this. I am letting go of it with gratitude, knowing that at one time it did serve me to its maximum capacity, but at this current time it is no longer serving me. And now I'm releasing it and letting it go to a place where hopefully it will have further service to someone who needs it. And just say something like that. Say something with gratitude. You don't want to do it, leave a relationship of anything. I mean, even though you may not believe in inanimate objects, whether it was that car that you owned, television that you spent hours watching, so on and so forth, you don't want to part any relationship by burning your bridge. I know that sounds very silly, but it's the truth. Be it with humans, be it with animals, be it with anything that has served you. You don't want to treat it with disdain. The reason for that ultimately is karma, but that's whatever you want to bring into it. So that's just one practice, getting into the mindset of what you're going to let go of, and then 5 minutes prior to, during the eclipse, and then after the eclipse, mentally say, like I said, name here, I am letting go of these things that no longer serve me, so on and so forth. Another thing that you can do, number two, what you could do is yoga. I'm always preaching yoga. I'm always preaching yoga. They have sun salutations. Come on, you can do 108 sun salutations. Some people just what you can even do, you could do it in increments of 36 if you wanted to as well. It takes me about, to do 108 sun salutations, it would take me probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour, just depending on what speed I was doing them, how much I was really enjoying my vinyasa flow. But just to do some sort of physical activity, but especially yoga, because like I said, they have sun salutations where you're literally saluting the sun, you're paying homage to the sun, and it's a celestial happening that's going on where you can really, really give yourself back to the moment, to the universe, to yourself, and just take that time to connect with yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit, and the world around you. So yoga, like I was saying, and it doesn't have to be the sun salutations, even though I would really strongly suggest sun salutations. You can also do yoga with, when I was talking about releasing things, you can do yin yoga, which is the art of doing yoga while you're holding long, sustained stretching poses, such as when you could do pigeon, but then when you hold it from anywhere between 90 seconds or longer, we now call it the sleeping swan, and it's a really good myofascia stretch for your hips and letting go of tension and things like that. So for 5 minutes before, during, and then 5 minutes after the eclipse in your time zone, you can do some sort of yin meditation or yin yoga. I'm telling you, all these things will go miles, years into helping you out, into your spiritual adventure. So just heed with me on this. And like I say, always say, do your own research. Do some research. Look out there. There's tons of information out there on how to garner and encapsulate and capture the energy from an eclipse. I'm just giving you a couple few that I know I'm going to use. I'll give you one more. Here's one that I know that I'm going to use. Meditate outside. Meditate outside. I meditate outside every morning. My neighbors, they probably look at me. I know what they think. They ask me, what are you doing out there? Are you meditating? Can you teach me? I teach them a little bit about the breathing techniques and so on and so forth. But there are powerful meditation techniques out there. You can, in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, while you're meditating, if you don't currently have a meditation practice, you can look one up, whether it be Taoistic or whether it be mindfulness practice. There's tons and tons of meditation practices out there. But like I was saying, 5 minutes before, during, and then 5 minutes after the eclipse, you can have a 3-part or even just a one functioning part practice of meditation dedicated to what you want to gain from this energy. What I'm going to be doing, or something similar to what I'm going to be doing, is I am resetting with the sun. I am releasing all negative mindsets. Anything that no longer serves to power me or connect me with higher self or higher consciousness, I'm gracefully letting go. I do realize at one time that they were serving me. At one time I did need them. And at one time I asked for them to be in my life and a part of my psyche and who I am. But I am currently releasing them to places where they are needed more than here. I'm so grateful for what you've done for me. And I'm sorry that our time has come to a part. I wish you nothing but good journeying in your adventures. Namaste. Something like that. Something probably, I'm going to write it out and I'm going to practice it beforehand because I want it to be impactful. And it has to be something that resonates with you. And don't say, no, I'm not going to be saying it out loud. I'm going to be saying it in my head. I'm going to be reciting it in my head. I'm going to be feeling the energy of gratitude. I'm going to be feeling the energy of Father Sun, Mother Gaia. I'm going to be bringing them together. Sister Moon, thank you so much for being there for us all the time, lighting up our nights, lighting up the dark parts of our soul. And I know what it sounds like. It can sound a little bit esoteric, but ultimately it's all esoteric. Everything, whether you're talking about religion, whether you're talking about the knowing of numbers, whether you're talking about any science out there, all of it is laden with mystery. All of it is entrenched in smoke and mirrors. But I am telling you something concrete here, something that all the ancients knew. I've mentioned before, whether you're talking about any of the great African tribes or Egyptian faiths, or you're talking about anywhere from the Greeks to the Romans, they knew that they must pay attention to what's going on in the sky. It had a huge bearing on us as individuals and as a species. Guys, you know me. I send out love and knowledge to all of you. So with that being said, here's Umar Wise once again wishing you infinite love, infinite peace, and infinite wisdom. Happy Lunar Eclipse 2000, Solar Eclipse 2017. Namaste.